Welcome back to the Talking with Taylor podcast. I'm your host, Taylor, where we talk with anyone about anything, and hopefully everyone around the table will listen. And excited today to have a good friend, a dear friend, back on the podcast, Mr. Russell Estes. Had him on maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, when his first
It's
book
been
came
almost
out.
2 well, December of 20.
Okay, man,
So been that
that's
long. Yeah.
well, hit 2 years for sure. So, which that book did
Yeah.
extremely well. I mean, if you're okay sharing this, about how many copies of that book did you sell?
Uh, I got a little above 10,000 on it.
Wow.
Most of mine come Amazon sales. Of course, some of the bigger market stores like Barnes and Nobles, uh, Books A Million. Some of those they help me out with the sales because they order large quantities.
Right, right.
But yeah, it done a lot better than I thought it would. For
Yeah.
me trying to just throw my hat in there and saying, "Hey, let's see where this goes," and kind of surprised me.
Which is incredible. First time author and sold over 10,000 copies. That's incredible. And you self-published it, which, if people don't know anything about self-publishing, it's very difficult to get a book to take off when you self-publish. And so the fact you sold
It
over
is.
10,000 copies on your own basically is incredible. And so you got another book that came out last year, right? Last fall, 2021
That
fall.
came out August 21. I kind of timed that one with the start of the football season.
Okay. What's the
If
name
you're
of
gonna
that
write a
book, sir?
book about football, that is When the Lights Go Out.
There you go. There
It
you go.
follows a small town high school football, and if you're gonna put a football book out, you better time it with football season, or it's gonna get lost. So
That's
we
right.
kind of
That's
timed that. When
right.
I held that book for a couple of months before I
Mhm.
released it, but
Which,
yeah,
you
it
did.
done really well.
Yeah, it did well, and you did it in a time where you literally had a book come out the following year, and you cranked out another one just like that. And both are great
eight
books. Both
months.
are, I mean, that's impressive and insane, you know. And so great quality book, incredible reads. I'd encourage you to get them. We'll have links to both of those in our description after throughout the podcast. So if you'd like to go purchase one, I know you will not regret it. And Russell is a man with, if you're not friends with him on Facebook or follow him on Facebook, you can read his posts. You can tell he's a great writer, great author, and so has a lot of great insights. And so you can follow him on Facebook or become his friend on Facebook and check all that out. And go check out his two books. We'll have the links in our description here. But Russell, you've had a few things come up in the past year, and I'm just going to give you this platform, really, just kind of share with our listeners. And a lot of people that know Russell know what's going on, but for those, we got people that listen all over the country might not know, and we want people to be praying for you, and we want people to come alongside you, and you know you just want you to know you got the support of a lot of people. And so Russell, I'm gonna give you this platform here to just share your story, and then
Yeah,
I'm gonna
absolutely.
be a mouthpiece for you for that, brother.
Well, I appreciate you, Tyler. Yes, it's been a ride. I start off by saying, if you ask God for something and you truly believe that He's hearing you, you better be ready for what He gives you.
Mm,
I'm going through a cancer battle right now. One I
yeah.
almost feel like I asked for. I'll
Mm,
explain that a little bit by saying that I don't do New Year's resolutions, but December 31st, a year ago now, just come up on the anniversary of this. My prayer to God that night was not for nothing that's going to make me a better person on earthly values and earthly means, but my prayer was simple. It was, God, do something big in my life this year that glorifies you.
mm,
And I left that open ended. I didn't know what would come of it. I didn't need to know. He knew. He knew that
right.
before I said the prayer. So, it was open ended, and I didn't know what to think of it. And 2 weeks later, found a little knot on my back, on my hip area.
Mm,
Uh, Never had noticed it before. Very, very painful. And I'm thinking, man, something hurts this bad. You would have think I would have noticed that. So I go get it checked out. A couple of weeks after finding it, I finally get my appointment, go in. They biopsy it. A couple of more weeks go by. February the 8th, I turned the big 50. It was my 50th birthday. I get a
Mhm.
phone call from my doctor confirming that it was cancer. And,
Mm.
50th birthday, happy birthday.
Right,
So,
right.
I tie all that back in to do something big in my life that glorifies you. So it's like, man, it's just the big thing I asked for. So how's
Mm.
this glorify you? What am I going to do with it? Uh,
Mhm.
so again, I'm sitting here with a lot of questions. Uh, but over 300 times in the Bible it tells us, do not fear, do not be afraid. Uh, One of my favorite, Psalms 112:7. He is not afraid of bad news. His heart is trusting in the Lord. So that's what I had to do. I had to trust that whatever is going to happen with this, it's going to be for His glory, because that's what I asked for. Uh,
That's right.
so we
And
go in and get all the doctor's appointments. Go
go
ahead. I'm
ahead. My
sorry.
bad, Russell. Yeah, you're good. I didn't want to interrupt you, but keep going, Russell. My bad.
No, no, no. We go in and get the doctor's report done. Do a few more scans. They find out, well, it wasn't just a little knot there. It started out as what was classified as stage 3 melanoma.
Mm.
Uh, Scans revealed it actually got into my lymph nodes.
Mm.
So it was, it stepped it up a notch to stage 4. So that was, around end of February, when we finally get all this figured out, how serious it is.
Mm.
March the 2nd, they're in there. I mean, they're saying we got to get in and get this. It looks aggressive. So March 2nd,
Mm.
I'm in surgery. We're getting this stuff out. So I start treatment about a month later. They think we could get it with immunotherapy, a
Mm.
lot less harmful than chemo. So that was where I was going. We started a treatment plan. Everything seemed to be going good. Another little spot popped up.
Mm.
So we start watching it, and it continues to grow. Uh, Turns into renal cell carcinoma in my kidney.
Mm.
Still wasn't sure if we wanted to go in and get that out yet, but we knew that something had to be done. But we was going to see what treatment would do. Maybe it would shrink it. Maybe it would make it go dormant for a little while. We was going to see what we could do with it, but that didn't happen. It continued to grow, consumed a large portion of my kidney, and I just had a partial nephrectomy to remove part of
Mm.
that kidney a couple of months ago.
Mm.
Uh, so we're still continuing treatments, got that out. Since then, now it showed back up in 2 more lymph nodes.
Mm.
Just categorized now as a lymphoma cancer. I took a long shot and I reached out to some doctors in New York that I've been doing some research on. And there's some trial studies going on at the Sloan Kettering Cancer Institute, one of the world-renowned cancer institute. And this was just, hey, I gotta do something here. I'm not ready to
Right.
punch my cards yet, but
Right.
millions of applicants come in every day saying, hey, help me.
Mm.
So I sent mine in. I thought, this is what I got. Is there anything y'all can do? Sure enough, a study was being conducted 18 months in, TIL cell therapy study, where they go in and actually collect cells from my tumor that's active right now. And they
Mm.
use those to create what they call super cells that will be injected back into me. I go back to New York the 19th of this month. I'll be going once a month for that therapy.
Okay.
18 months in, some of these patients that was first on this list are having amazing, amazing results. If you know anything about lymphoma, it's one of the hardest ones to get to, because you can't go in and just start ripping out your lymph nodes.
Right.
But they are having results that are even the doctors are saying, wow, we didn't think it was going to go this good. So I'm hoping I'm going to be one of the ones that also makes them scratch their head. And I'm hoping this is my ticket. But
Right.
what I have done through this is I've asked God to give me a platform. And what I want to see is that I've got these little bracelets. I've passed them out everywhere I go. It's God is bigger.
Mm-hmm.
You grab a couple here. I've got several in my office, but
Yeah.
these little bracelets, God is bigger bracelets, go with me everywhere I go. I hand them out at drive-throughs, in the mall. If I see somebody, around there's nobody I work with or around that don't have one by now. I've
Right.
passed out
Right.
literally thousands of them. If you go to their website, this was long before me. I didn't invent this movement. It's the God is Bigger movement. GIBmovement.com is their website. Great organization, actually based right here out of Alabama. And
Awesome.
but that's my message. God is bigger than this cancer. God is bigger than, whatever your cancer is. If it's alcoholism, if it's diabetes, if it's depression, God is bigger. And that has become my battle cry throughout this whole journey. And not once have I said, why did you give this to me, God? But I've asked, show me what to do with it. Because I've had people say, man, you're a good guy. I mean, why'd God do this to me? God didn't do this to me. God done this for me. He gave me a platform. He gave me a reason. And sometimes we go through trials. Sometimes we go through tests. And, it's those testimonies that come from those tests that's going to make a difference. And, my outcome with this, either way, I win. I know my eternal outcome. I either beat this and I win.
That's
or either, I'm shaking the hand of the one that controlled it all anyway. But that's kind of my little journey I've been on for about a year now. It's been right at a year since we found out. And we're still fighting. We still got a couple of things going on to me. I found out, me and my wife found out some news yesterday that wasn't too uplifting. Definitely not what we wanted to hear. But we're waiting to get some confirmation before we make it public. But things are just not going the way they should, but we're using this for something good.
Well, Russell, we've known each other even longer than I've been at Valley View because, I came and spoke at a car event and back in like 2014, 2013. It's been a long time.
It's been a while,
But I tell you, your heart for others and your passion for our Lord and Savior is inspiring. And my prayer is, just like you said, that the Lord would use this for His glory. And you are using this platform that is a platform that, let's just be honest, most of us would never want to have this platform, but this platform you have, and you're using this platform for the glory of God. And Russell, we're here, we're praying for you. And as you continue to go to New York for treatment, we will be in your corner praying. And so after we end this podcast, I'm gonna get you to text me the links to the bracelets, and I'll put the links to your books. And it's, and we just want you to know we're praying for you. Everyone at Valley View loves you, and we're behind you 100%. And so Russell, thank you for coming on today. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're here 100%. And thanks for coming on today to share your story, Russell.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your time.
All right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, everyone, thank you so much for listening to the Talking with Taylor podcast.